Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Look till we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk the mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Dave's Dog House. Okay, all right. Stream y'all was tripping for a minute, y'all. But what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to Dave's Dog House, y'all. What's up? How y'all doing this rising? Shout out to my boy Mikey, being the first to comment. I see you, my guy. Appreciate you for joining the show. Man, oh man, oh man. This is going to be a great show today. Make sure you tune in live. Make sure you tune in live. Today's show. I am live right now on X, YouTube, and Facebook. So make sure you tap into each platform that I'm live on right now. If you're on X, like, repost it. Same thing for YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. So whenever I go live or I drop a video, you get the notification. And Facebook, man, look, I'm live. We live, baby, like Fox 5. I can't wait to start talking about everything that's going to go on my show today. I'm going to bring up a sport that 90% of people more than likely don't pay attention to, but it's something that I think needs to be talked about because its history has been made. And I got some dogs, some returning dogs, and I got some doghouse that deserves to be in here. And who knows, one of them might even be in Yet Unsun, with my guy Tomo. Shout out to my boy Tomo. But live. Man, today's gonna be a great show. I made sure I got all my notes together to see what I was going to see how I was gonna lead this off. But look, y'all. I want to start this off by saying it's Men's Mental Health Month. So for all my men out there, and this is not to say that women's mental health is not important. I'm just speaking about Men's Mental Health Month for this moment, and more than likely I'll be doing this for every show. I do have a mental health podcast that I will be launching this month for sure. So make sure you tune to that. It's called Healing the Mental. But if you are a man right now, especially men in sports, please make sure you take care of yourself. You can't take care of others unless you take care of you. You can't be the best for anyone else unless you're your best self. So make sure that you know that you matter. Love yourself. Love your bros. Love your family. Take care of yourself, because when you are your best, everyone else is your best. That's how you lead. You take care of you first, and that trickles down to you taking care of everyone else because you value you. All right. Now let's talk about the doghouse. It pains me to have to do this to one of my favorite teams. For those of you who don't know, who are tuning in, who may not know who I am, well, my name is David, of course, Dave Stockhouse. Um, this, I am a Washingtonian, born and raised in Southeast DC, and I'm not necessarily a home team guy, but I have some home teams in DC. And one of these teams are, you can pretty much say they're the Washington Wizards of the WNBA, and they happen to be in Washington. So this team has not played particularly well this year, and I think it's about time that I talk about them. Even though our rookie had a really good game last night, Washington Mystics, man. The Washington Mystics team. Well, for one, I want to say kudos to them for what they're doing right now. The Washington Mystics are selling brunch and basketball tickets to several upcoming games, which include bottomless mimosas, 100 level seat ticket, chicken and waffles, fruit, pastries, coffee, and etc. And they're listed for $105 each. So you will be seeing me at a Mystics game soon. I can definitely tell you that. However, but now I got to talk about the actual team. So they started the season 0-6 at one point, which is the 13th time in WNBA history that they opened that a team we're the 13th team in WNBA history to open up the season with 6 straight losses. Then we lost the very next game, which is made us the 11th team in WNBA history to do that. And we're off to the worst start in Mystics history, which is 0-7. Then we were 0-8, which tied it. We are now 0-9, which is the worst start in Mystics history. Now, the WNBA has only been around since 1996. But that's still bad to start off, to now have broken your record that you don't want to break. This is not a record that you want to break. Our leading scorer right now is Ariel Atkins, who's averaged about 15 points per game in about 19 and a half minutes. Our rookie Aaliyah Edwards is only averaging 3.5 points per game, so it's not a lot, but it's, she's doing what she can at the moment. Our team, though, is not playing particularly well. We're averaging 80 and a half points per game, but allowing 85 points per game. So, of course, it's not winning basketball. We're good in offensive rebounds, 11 and a half rebounds a game, and only allowing 4.5. But our defensive rebounds is not good. We're averaging 20 and giving up 28. So, and the rebounds altogether is kind of even, but the defensive boards, we got to get better at that. We're good in assists. Defensively, we're good in steals. So we're getting about 12 and a half steals per game and only giving up 7 steals per game. However, our turnovers are down, which is good, and our opponents are having 25. So our defense is not bad, not that bad. But this is where it kind of changes. So our field goal percentage is not even 40%. It's 38.7%. So we're not shooting well at all. And definitely not from three. 28.6% from three. And we're giving up almost 50% from the field and almost 45% from three, which is terrible. And then our free throw percentage is bad. 70.2% from the free throw line and 80% from the free throw line. And then the foul trap was even across the board, but we're not executing when we need to be, it's just bad. It's just bad. Mystics, we have to do better. We have to do better. Not sure what it is with these Mystics or these Washington teams, but they just continue to start bad. Commanders weren't good last year. The Nationals aren't good right now. The Capitals got swept in the playoffs. I mean, they made the playoffs, but they got swept in the playoffs. Um, Georgetown basketball is not good. I mean, Howard has improved. They got the one of the best NIL systems in college, so that's good for Howard. But man, the Wizards not good. And then the Mystics 0-9, starting the season 0-9. It's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking being a Washington fan. Um, all of those teams are my teams. I just had to name all the teams in the city. So it's not a proud moment to be a Washingtonian when it comes to sports right now. So that's just something that you got to deal with. So Washington Mystics, even though you know I gotta I hate to have to do this, but ladies, got to put you in the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. Mm, 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 mm. Now, this next player who was recently cut by the Washington Commanders is actually, he just got signed in this offseason and now he's cut because of a legal case that's going on right now in the NFL with him. And this seems to be a common thing going on in the NFL with legal cases. I'm not sure what it is with this offseason, but it just seems like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But we got to talk about him. Brandon McManus. You, sir, have just been released by the Commanders following sexual assault allegations from last year. What were these sexual assault allegations? Let me go ahead and tell you guys exactly what happened in this case. So, the Jaguars, former Jaguars and Commanders kicker Brandon McManus, is being sued by two women that allege that McManus sexually assaulted them, which was reported by ABC. The two women alleged that incidents occurred during the Jaguars' flight to London last season, and it was a party. McManus allegedly tried to kiss one of them during turbulence and twice grinded against her while she served meals, according to the lawsuit. McManus recruited 3 flight attendants to the party, handing out $100 bills to encourage inappropriate drinking and dancing. Multiple players allegedly broke federal laws, but all that we know right now is that allegedly McManus is the one whose name was dropped. So he is one of a few players that broke federal laws. So that is the case that is going on with him right now. And also the Commanders didn't even know that this happened until late last month. They had no idea about the allegations. They didn't know that this happened before. They didn't know until they just got him. So that is something. That is something to be said. And I say this every time we have a legal case that comes on. And for me, it's this: if there's something that you can prevent from doing, then don't do it. It's just not something that you need to do. If they say no, just go the other way. I also say this too. If it comes out that he didn't do any of these things, and I'm saying if this happens, because you got to look at both sides of this case. So if he did this, then he deserves jail time. Let me say that first. So if he did do these things, and he's done some inappropriate acts, he deserves jail time. Because you shouldn't be touching up on women that don't want to be touched. Shouldn't be touching up on anyone that doesn't want to be touched, especially in a sexual manner or in any manner. It's just not. It's not acceptable. It's not good. Now, if it comes out that this is not true, then I think there's something that needs to be done with false reported cases. I believe these people deserve jail time as well, because now you're putting someone's career in jeopardy because of something that you alleged. Not, and I'm saying this if it's not true. I have to continue to say this because you know how some people react. So if this is not true, this is what happens. If it is true, he deserves to be in jail. Brandon McManus, you and all these other players, I hope for your sake that this is not true. If this is true, then you not only belong in the doghouse, you belong in your done son. Because this is just something that is not encouraged. Um we had a whole Drake beef that was calling with that involves, PDFs. Y'all know what I mean when I talk about that. So just imagine how that could, if it's stuff like that you can't come out and say stuff like this when it comes, to something so important like this. This is a very serious situation. So um I pray for all parties involved, and but for the moment now that you've gotten cut and your name is out there, I'm putting you in the doghouse. If there's any way you could have prevented this, I think you should have. Drinks and stuff need to, like, I'm not sure how turned up y'all were or not. I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened. So this is just me talking about what may or may not have happened. So Brandon McManus, you have now been cut after going to a brand new team. And this was on your all this happened on the flight to London. Y'all know the laws that y'all can and can't break. So I think y'all know this. And to all players, all celebrities, all people that make millions and billions of dollars, you do know that just because you make money does not mean you get to do what you want to other people. It is not good. It is frowned upon in society. So that is not something you should be doing. You don't use your power to overpower people. Use your power to help empower people. So, Brandon McManus, you welcome to the doghouse. Term, my guy, you in the doghouse. Make smarter decisions, and I got so many people that are joined in. Shout out to TYP, my boy Kevo, TK Sweets and Treats. If you are in the DMV area, and I believe they travel as well or ship stuff out, but TK Sweets and Treats, they also have vegan options as well. They have a lot of pastries and stuff like that. They do cakes. They look, if you want some good sweets and some good sweets and treats, some good stuff, talk to my guy Kevo. Talk to him and his lady. They got some real stuff, some real good stuff going on right there. My man TYP. Shout out to wifey for always supporting me, of course. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Now, my very next person that will be going to the doghouse. This happened after a press conference in boxing. I gotta say this. I don't know what people gain for talking reckless like this when it comes to trash talk or I don't know. In battle rap, I can see why that's the case because it's that even in battle rap, why would you say stuff like this? I don't understand it. Um, I'm just gonna bring him up. AB Adrian Broner. For those that are in the boxing chat, I think you could have guessed that this is who I was going to talk about. Yes, TYP. It was Adrian Broner. Absolutely, Adrian Broner. Yes. What was going through your mind to say, I don't know if I can play this for copyright. I'm gonna play the sound. Y'all tell me if this sounds like something that was good.
To come in for 8 minutes, just like I tell my bitches, I only need 2 and you can go on your way. I'm coming to die if I got to, so I don't know what this nigga coming to do, but I'm willing to take it that far. I'm dead serious. I know I play a lot, but I'm really coming to die in that ring, bro. Don't play no games, cause my niggas got guns with them, bro. And I'm dead serious, bro. And all I gotta do is point and they gonna blow. And I'm dead.
My thing is, what does this have to do with boxing, AB? What does this have to do with a fight? You talk about guns and having bodies. Do you know that there are RICO cases out here that get people locked up for stuff like this? You know that a guy named Sue Surf, who's in battle rap, is now in jail for that? Do you know that? Do you know that Young Thug is in jail for a RICO case because of the stuff he said in the song? You know people get locked up for stuff like this, correct? And before someone says he was joking, he said, "I'm not playing. I'm not joking." You know, when people see this and hear this, they take it as you say. They don't want to hear that you did this for entertainment. You can literally cost your life by talking about stuff like this, saying that you got bodies that you got away with. Like, come on, man. What is going on with people these days? You are literally about to throw your life away, possibly, because of something you said in a press conference for a fight. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, AB. And here we are thinking that you about to get back in the boxing, taking things seriously, and you come and do something stupid like this. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I don't understand it. Even if all of this is true, you don't say this. And especially if it's not true, because now you're going to make yourself look stupid. Because you might possibly get locked up for something that you didn't even do. But you want to say it now. And yet, Mikey, thank you. My guy Mikey says everything is documented. Yes, they document stuff like this. This is everywhere. You can go on YouTube and see this. It's everywhere. It's on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's on TikTok. It's everywhere. Social media allows you to see everything. And you don't think the feds will see this? I wouldn't be surprised if an investigation happens before or after the fight because of what you said. You opened yourself up to that possibility now. You can say stuff like, I'm ready to die and stuff like that in boxing. We've heard that multiple times before. We've heard that in the WWE, heard that in sports. We know you don't literally mean you're ready to die. It's a figure of speech. But what you said ain't a figure of speech. saying that your man's got guns, and whether they legally have it or not. Now it's just going to be like, okay, they may go search your man's houses now. Like, come on, man, you putting yourself and the people around you in jeopardy, and you just didn't make a smart decision at all. So, Adrian Broner, you are in the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. It just don't make sense to me. All right, now we get to talk about the dogs of the week. Dogs of the week, people. I now, for the first time, have two people returning from the previous show as dogs again for this week. And I'm going to start off with one. And
It's serious, bro. And
sorry, had to get out of that. Now we get to the goodies, the good part of everything. And exactly, y'all. They use AI and all this stuff in the cloud now. Idiocracy at its finest. Absolutely. Now this guy who was just being talked about in the NBA chat. So if you are in the NBA chat and you were a part of that conversation, you see exactly what's going on in today's show, and you see what is about to happen. Who I'm about to talk about, it should be very, very easily. He is one of the smartest, most intelligent guys in the NBA, and he's a dog. He was just named the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and he had a pretty good game last night to start the NBA Finals. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown will be featured again in back-to-back weeks, yes. This postseason, he's averaging 25 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, a steal, 2 threes made, 54% from three. He now has the third most total points in the playoffs in the last 5 years. His teammate, Jason Tatum, has the most in the last 5 years, but Jaylen Brown is right there in the third spot and could possibly be number two. Seeing as though he has extra games to play, he very well, I don't know. He may have to score about almost 200 points in this in the finals. It's possible if they go 7, but I don't know. Game 1, if you watched the game last night, through and through, he was the aggressor again. In a dominating fashion, they beat the Dallas Mavericks 107-89. And Jaylen Brown, who didn't have a monstrous game, but it was a very impactful game. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He basically got it done on both ends of the floor. He had some mean blocks. He had a block on Kyrie Irving where he drove the lane to try to get layup, blocked it out, blocked the dunk from from Derrick Jones Jr., who he's very familiar with. We know Derrick Jones Jr. played for Miami Heat, so that's a familiar face for him. More than likely, I know that's something he's not scared to go up against. I mean, Jaylen Brown's not scared to go up against anybody. He's just a dog at the end of the day. Jaylen Brown is just I just got to talk about his game, man. He's very aggressive. He knows when to take over games. He knows when to pick his moments, when to be aggressive. He was very efficient in the game last night. Last night as well. Jaylen Brown was 7-12 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. He also had 2 assists to go with the 6 rebounds. Didn't get into foul trouble. He played really good defense last night. And he, guarded Luka, guarded Kyrie, guarded whoever needed to get guarded at that last night. It's just game one. It's just game one. They all have the mentality. And even after last night, he's saying that the defense needs to be better because Luka had put up 30. He has the right mentality, and he is the second best player on his team. One of the most important players of the team. And it looks like he's fighting to be the Finals MVP as well. He doesn't just want the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He may very well be fighting for the Finals MVP as well. And two of his teammates may have something to say about that, but it's looking like he's very serious. And then he worked on his game this offseason. You know, he didn't look well last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, of course, because the turnovers, not being able to go to his left. That ain't the issue this year. He definitely worked on his game, so God gave him kudos to that. And he's played very well throughout these playoffs, playing very good now. So Jaylen Brown, I wanted to make sure I brought you up again. And welcome to being the dog for back-to-back weeks, Jaylen Brown. All righty. Also, another back-to-back week feature for this time is the best player in the WNBA right now, I think without a doubt, A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson right now is having one of the best seasons in her career. She is shooting incredible from mid-range through 7 games this season. She's shooting 60% from 15 to 19 feet on 3.6 attempts per game. In the past 10 WNBA seasons, only one player has ever shot over 50% on at least 3.5 attempts per game from 15 to 19 feet, and that was Simone Augustus in 2014. So her progress over the last 4 seasons. So in 2021, she shot 37.9%. She shot 32.8%. Then in 2022, she shot 46.7%. Last year, and they won championships the last 2 years, 57.1% from mid-range, and now this year 60% from mid-range. Not only is she a mid-range assassin, she could possibly win the Defensive Player of the Year as well. In her last 7 games, these are her stats: 36 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 6 steals. 28 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks, 1 steal. 29 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals. 29 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. 21 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 3 steals. And 30 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, and 1 steal. A'ja Wilson is playing amazing this season. A'ja Wilson, did I get everything? Is balling. She is balling this year, y'all. In May, she averaged 26.5 points per game, 12.5 rebounds, and almost 3 blocks per game. She is the first player in WNBA history to average 25 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game for a month. She is the first player to record 34 plus points, 12 plus rebounds, and 6 plus steals in a WNBA game. First ever. WNBA has been around since 1996. She's the first ever to do that. She's the 5th player in WNBA history to have at least 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 steals in a single game. The other 4, Maya Moore, Tamika Catchings, Brandon Reed, and Candace Parker. That game against Dallas, she shot 68% from the field. It's the seventh regular season game of Asia's WNBA career where she has scored 35 plus points while shooting 65% or better from the field. She already led that category all time. And this is the seventh game of this season. Her and her teammate Kelsey Plum have both scored 20 plus points in the same game 28 times. That's the second most by a duo in NBA history. And she's the only player in WNBA history with 140 plus points, 60 plus rebounds, 20 stocks, that's stock, steals and blocks, over a 5-game span. And in those 5 games, she averaged 28.6 points per game, 12.8 rebounds, and about 5 stocks a game. I don't think I need to say anything else about how great Asia Wilson is. She finally has her signature shoe from Nike. I think it's without a doubt that she's the best player in the WNBA right now. She's the best player on the best team who won back-to-back championship, who's looking to three-peat. Asia Wilson, the dog. No matter how you look at it, she's doing everything she needs to do on offense, on defense. She getting assists. Whatever you need her to do, she got it. So, Asia Wilson, you a dog. Got another young lady I need to talk about. Also in the WNBA. And she been balling. It's just been some young ladies that just ready to ball out, man. So, she has the third most threes in the season by a rookie. She is one of 3 players that opened up the season in their first 3 games to have about 80 points. And she is the second fastest WNBA player to have 400 made threes in her career. Regular season career. Who I'm talking about? Arike Ogunbowale. I may be saying her last name wrong. Charges to my head and not my heart. But Arike, to start the season, had 84 points. She's had, in her rookie season, she had 117 threes made. The other 2 above her is Sabrina. We all know what Sabrina does. And Diana Taurasi. And she surpassed Jewel Lloyd. Diana Taurasi got to 400 made threes in 158 games. Arike did it in 161. So she just missed about 3 games. She is the second leading scorer in the WNBA right now. Kalia Cooper is leading it right now, but Arike is number 2. In the last game against the Aces, she put up 31 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. She a baller. She a baller. And she just be cooking, man. It's great to see the NBA being talked about as much as it is being talked about now. Like I wish it was talked about a lot more back then, but man, it's amazing to see all these young women, these young ladies really go out here and ball out and just do what they need to do to put more shine on the game, to get more eyes on the game, to allow these things to continue to happen. And she is one of the best players in the NBA. She for sure is fighting for WNBA MVP alongside Asia Wilson. These are two of the best players in the WNBA, and they deserve to be talked about. So, Arike, welcome to the Dogs. Now we got to talk about a team that is fighting to be considered the best team in the WNBA. And they are on a great run in this regular season. The Connecticut Sun. They are 9-0 in the season, y'all. The only game they lost was the preseason game against the Liberty. That's the only game they lost. Every game to start this regular season, they've won. First game of the season, they beat the Fever by 21 points, 92-71. They beat the Mystics by 7 points, 84-77. Beat the Fever again, 88-84. Beat the Lynx by 1 point, 83-82. Beat the Sky, 86-82. Then demolished the Phoenix Mercury, 70-47. Beat the Wings, 74-72. And then beat the Dream by 19 points, 69-50. And then dogged the Washington Mystics, 76-59. Their next game is against the Liberty in the Washington in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup this Saturday at 1 o'clock on ABC. So if you did not tune into the game, you have a good game to watch to go up against the Liberty, because the Liberty are 9-2 in the season right now. So they're going up against the good team. This could very well be their first loss. But the Sun are one of the best teams in the WNBA. And that last game against the Mystics, this is how good they played. So they shot 47% from the field, 40% from threes, which was made 6 out of 15 threes. They didn't even shoot well from the free throw line, but it didn't matter. Only 6 offensive rebounds, but 25 defensive rebounds, 22 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, 28 points in the paint, and their largest lead was 19 points. Their defense was so good that the Mystics only shot 31% from the field and 20% from three. Now, the Mystics shot 87% from the free throw line, and they dominated the boards pretty much, had 13 offensive rebounds, but none of that mattered. The Connecticut Sun are 9-0 in the season. 9-0 on the season. They are, if not the best, you can at least say they're the second best team in the WNBA right now, because only them and the Aces are undefeated. Who's going to win it all? Will it be the Aces? Will they three-peat? Or will it be the Connecticut Sun? Got to tune in to find out. Make sure you watch more WNBA games. But Connecticut Sun, welcome to the Dogs. All right, for my final dog of the week. This is a sport that does not get talked about at all on any show, honestly, unless it's, college show or anything like that. But I felt like it was the right time to talk about them. They just won their 4th straight college World Series and women's softball. The Oklahoma Sooners softball team. They have won their 8th College World Series title, but they made history when they became the very first team in college World Series to win college softball World Series to win 4 straight softball championships. This is also the second. They also, won back to back twice, which was they won it in 2016 and 2017, and they also won it in back to back 2021 and 2022, which also goes along with this run that they made to make 4. They have won their conference title 15 times, winning the Big 12 conference tournament 9 times, been to the NCAA tournament 30 times, and advanced to the College World Series 17 times, winning 8 championships. They also appeared in the AIAW Women's College World Series 4 times. They were the runner-up in 2012 and 2019 in the College World Series. So they are 8-2 in the Women's College World Series. Wow. They've made NCAA Super Regional appearances in 2005, 2007, 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. They haven't missed a Super Regional appearance since 2009. That's the 2009 was the last year they missed an appearance, y'all. They've made it every year since since 2020. Sorry, because 2020, but it's COVID, so that doesn't count. So they haven't missed one since 2009. That's ridiculous. They are on fire. And then to win the College World Series this year, they swept Texas. Beat them 8-3 and then beat them 8-4. Scored 16 runs on them girls. And now have won 4 straight College World Series titles. That is history. 4 straight? That's dominating, man. That is dominating. I had to highlight them. They are the dogs of the week. The dog of the week. Oklahoma Sooners softball team. Welcome. Alrighty. Now that I am done with that, I got to talk about. Oh, I missed everything. Joe was in the comments as well. What's up, Joe? My guy Jody. Now I got to talk about the dishonorable mention of the week, and this is going to be pretty short, but it's pretty easy for me. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving did not have a good game last night. He is now old. He has lost his last 11 games against the Boston Celtics. It's just not good. Kyrie, you got to pick it up, man. You are now 12-7 in the playoffs against the Celtics because of that loss. Ever since you stepped on Lucky, you just haven't won a game. I know that you've grown better as a player, but last night was not one of your best games. You only put up 12 points last night, and you didn't shoot particularly well. You started off kind of good in the first quarter, then you dropped all the way off, and then in the fourth, the third and fourth, you tried to pick it up, but it just didn't work out for you. So Kyrie Irving, you just got to play better. Got to play better, especially in this series. And your team is, fighting for a championship, something that you also are fighting for as well. So Kyrie, you just, and I know you can, but dishonorable mention of the week is you, Kyrie. All right, and I have 2 honorable mentions this week. First and foremost, let me get this one out the way. Kristaps Porzingis, who came back from missing 38 games. Not 38 games, but he hasn't played basketball in 38 days. And to come off the bench last night and put 20 points in 21 minutes, that's almost a point every minute. Kristaps Porzingis had the game of his life last night. He is a matchup nightmare right now. He is the first player to score 15 plus points in the NBA game, finals game, after not have played in 30 plus days. In the first half of last night's game, he had 18 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, and he made both of his free throws in just 13 minutes in the first half. Just 13 minutes. He came off the bench last night. Kristaps Porzingis had more blocks in game 1 than Rudy Gobert had against the Mavs in games 2 through 5. And he is of just 2 players in the last 45 seasons to score 20 plus points off the bench in their finals debut. The other player is his teammate, Derek White. Kristaps Porzingis had the game of his life last night. So shout out to Kristaps for being an honorable mention. And my final honorable mention is going to be a woman who made history last night and being the first woman in pro sports to call a men's championship game ever. Doris Burke. Doris Burke, one of the greatest commentators in basketball, who has covered multiple WNBA games, college basketball games, NBA regular season games, NBA playoff games, but it is the very first time that a woman was calling a WNBA game or calling a championship game in the NBA Finals or in any championship game in pro sports. So shout out to Doris Burke. You've had an incredible career. I know it's going to continue to shine. You are the epitome of success, of greatness when it comes to women in sports and commentators. We know the knowledge that you have. You always have great knowledge. Sometimes you say some obvious things, but it doesn't matter. Your commentating is, second to none. One of the best in the game, if not the best. But you are awesome. You're amazing, and I had to bring you up. So, welcome to being one of the honorable mentions for this week. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate all the comments that I've received today. I hope everyone has a great day. See you guys Monday. But y'all have a great day, man. Enjoy yourself. Remember what I said. It's Men's Mental Health Month, so make sure you take care of you so you can take care of others. And be your best self so you can be the best for others. Take care of your mental. It's something that's very important. So love y'all. And until next time, gotta say peace. Thank you for watching all the way through and tuning all the way into the end. Thank you for enjoying Dave's Doghouse. I hope you had a great show. Make sure you like this video and hit the notification button so you get an alert whenever I go live again or have another video and another episode. And also, last but not least, hit that share button. If you enjoyed this and you think someone else will enjoy it, share it. And also, thank you again for, tuning into this episode. And I'll see you next time. My guy, you in the doghouse.